The wait is almost over. The biggest moment of the year is unfolding, and almost no one is talking about it. You've been feeling it, haven't you? The feeling that something big is about to change, but you can't quite put your finger on it. That's because we are in the final phase of February, the last stretch before everything that's been stuck, delayed, or trapped in limbo suddenly explodes forward. This isn't just another week. It's the build-up before the breakthrough. And trust me, when this energy breaks loose, it won't be subtle. This may just be your window of opportunity, but only if you know how to align yourself with this energy. Keep watching, because there's one specific thing about this final phase that nobody seems to have noticed yet, and when you realize what it is, it's going to blow your mind. But that barely scratches the surface of what's really happening. The truth is, we're at the edge of something massive, and once it starts, there's no going back. Most people thought February was going to calm down after the intensity of the past few weeks. A smooth, easy ride into March. Well, they couldn't be more wrong. This is not really a slowdown. In fact, what's coming in the next few days is setting the stage for something much bigger. We are about to witness two of the most powerful astrological events all in one single day. The question is, how will this energy hit you? Because for some, it's going to feel like a cosmic green light, an unstoppable surge forward. But for others, this might feel like getting thrown into the deep end with no warning. And if you think you already know how this next week is going to play out, you might want to think again. It all collides on one day, a 7-planet alignment and a new moon. This isn't just another cosmic event, this is a collision of forces. February 28th is overloaded with intensity, so much so that it almost feels designed. Think about it. 7 planets aligning, while the moon wipes the slate clean. 7 planets. That's almost the entire cosmic orchestra moving in sync. Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Saturn, Mercury, Neptune, each carrying its own force, its own rhythm, and all converging at once. And then there's the new moon, a moment of reset, a dark sky, a blank page. Normally, a new moon is a time for new beginnings, but when it happens at the exact same time as this massive alignment, this isn't just a reset, it's a system override. This isn't normal, this is cosmic overload. Most people won't realize what's happening. They'll wake up feeling off, restless, maybe even a little lost, without knowing why. Because when this much energy stacks up in one day, it doesn't just stay in the sky. It hits you. You might feel it as a sudden urge to change everything, to break out of routines, to finally act on something you've been holding back. But for others, it could feel like a pressure wave, anxiety, restlessness, like the universe itself is trying to shake you awake. And the real question, what happens when this energy gets released? Because once this day passes, nothing is going back to the way it was. February ends at 28 days, but what if it didn't? There's something eerie about February 29th. It only exists in leap years, a day that appears and disappears, a ghost in the calendar. And this year, it's missing. A whole day, just gone. We have all this cosmic chaos unleashing on the 28th, a planetary alignment, a new moon, an energy reset all at once. It's like the universe is throwing everything it has into this final day. But what if there was one more? What if we had a February 29th this year? Would it be even more chaotic? Would the energy spill over, intensify, twist reality in ways we can't predict? We take it for granted, but time isn't as solid as we think. This missing day is a reminder that the way we track time is just a framework, a human-made structure built to organize something that refuses to be controlled. Think about this. If February 29th existed this year, where would you be? What would you be doing? Would something in your life be different? Because in some parallel version of reality, the 28th of February of this year is not the last day of February. There's an alternate timeline where we're all living through something completely different. And maybe that's why this final week feels so strange. Like something should be here but isn't. Like we're stepping into an unknown space, a liminal zone where reality itself feels a little off. And if time itself is bending, what else is shifting right under our feet? Something breaks on February 24th, and once it does, there's no undoing it. Mars has been in retrograde for months, holding back energy, delaying action, keeping everything stuck in limbo. And now, on the 24th, it stops. Think of it like a rubber band stretched to its limit. The tension has been building, tightening, holding back a force that was meant to be unleashed weeks ago. And then, in a single moment, snap. Mars retrograde doesn't just end. It releases everything it's been holding back. This is the planet of war, fire, and raw, undeniable energy. Mars doesn't whisper, it roars. And when that energy is finally freed, it doesn't just trickle in. It hits like a wave, fast, intense, and completely unavoidable. Decisions that felt impossible? Suddenly, crystal clear. Situations that dragged on endlessly? Now they accelerate at full speed. People who've been passive, hesitant, waiting for a sign, they won't be able to wait any longer. This is the moment where everything shifts, and if you're not ready, you'll feel it. Physically, you might experience a rush of adrenaline, sudden restlessness, an almost electric charge in the air. Some people might feel more aggressive, more impatient, like they're being pushed to take action whether they want to or not. This energy is relentless. It forces movement, whether you're prepared or not. And here's the real kicker. What happens now will set the tone for the months ahead. This isn't just another astrological shift, it's the ignition point. So when you feel that spark, when things suddenly start happening fast, you'll have a choice. Fight it, or ride the wave. Because one thing's for sure, Mars isn't slowing down, and neither is what's coming next. There's something about the final days of February, something that doesn't feel natural. Year after year, the last stretch of February carries an energy that's hard to explain. It's the shortest month of the year, almost like it's been deliberately cut off, rushed, compressed, like something is lurking just beneath the surface, waiting for its moment to break through. And this year, it's stronger than ever. Look at what's happening. Unusual geological shifts, sudden earthquakes rattling places that rarely experience them, unexplained magnetic disturbances. Almost like the Earth and the cosmos are in sync. The last days of February have always been unstable, but this time it's reaching a breaking point. And it's not just physical. People are feeling it. The restless energy, the weird sleep patterns, the sense that time itself is behaving strangely, days feeling longer, yet disappearing in a blink. It's that eerie sensation, deep in your gut, like something is about to tip over. Could it be the result of something bigger? A pattern we don't fully understand? Because this isn't just random chaos, like look at the timing. It's almost like the universe is setting the stage for something we're not meant to see until the very last second. And if this pattern keeps repeating, if this unknown force continues to reveal itself at the end of February, then maybe it's not random at all. Maybe it's been building for a long time. Maybe it's part of something much, much bigger. And the real question is, are we ready for what's coming next? Remember at the beginning, when I said there was something that nobody noticed? Well, this is it. While we are focused on the big events, we completely forgot about the void that there is between them. Between February 24th and 28th, something strange happens. Or rather, nothing happens. No major astrological events, no cosmic markers, just an eerie, silent stretch of days between two massive shifts. And that's exactly why this gap feels so unnatural. February has been relentless, intense alignments, retrogrades ending, an overload of energy. But then, suddenly, this pause. Almost like the universe is holding its breath. Something about these days won't feel real. Time might feel slow, like it's dragging, or it might speed up, slipping through your fingers before you can grasp it. Some will feel restless, others disconnected, and some might notice something missing. Have you ever had a moment where you swear a memory is just gone? Like you skipped a step or jumped forward in time? This gap before the 28th carries that same strange energy, like we're in an empty frame of a larger picture. The question is, why? Maybe this isn't a break. Maybe this is a reset in progress. And when the 28th arrives, when the planetary alignment and new moon collide, what happens next might just prove it. Say goodbye to normal sleep. February 27th and 28th will shake your entire sleep cycle. If you think you're going to lay down, close your eyes, and drift off peacefully, think again. This is not just another restless night. These 2 nights are drenched in raw electric energy, thanks to the combination of a 7-planet alignment and a new moon, both hitting at once. The sheer magnitude of these cosmic shifts will interfere with your ability to rest, even if you're exhausted. It's like the universe itself refuses to let you fully power down. Some people will feel this as a wired energy. Others will experience waves of exhaustion, only to find that the moment they shut their eyes, their mind starts racing with thoughts they can't turn off. Then there are the dreams. Expect dreams that don't feel like dreams. Expect visions. Expect strange symbols and cryptic messages that don't fully make sense yet. For some, it might feel like they're in a different place entirely, somewhere outside of time. And then there's the 3 a.m. effect. Don't be surprised if you wake up around 3 a.m. completely alert, with no explanation. It's almost as if something is calling you awake, like there's something in the energy of the night that you need to be conscious for, whether you understand it or not. These aren't just bad sleep nights. They're transition nights. Your body is recalibrating for what comes next. Your mind is receiving downloads. Your energy is adjusting to a frequency shift you weren't even aware of. Instead of forcing yourself to sleep, listen. Write down what you see in your dreams. Pay attention to the thoughts and emotions that surface in the middle of the night. You might be receiving information that will only make sense after the shift happens. Because when you wake up on March 1st, you won't feel like the same person. You're going to wake up on March 1st and feel different, and you won't know why. Something about this shift is subtle, yet undeniable. It's like reality itself has been reprogrammed overnight. February has been a month of build-up, a pressure cooker of cosmic shifts, energetic upgrades, and intense internal and external changes. Every single moment has been leading up to February 28th, the final wipe. And here's where it gets strange. The 28th isn't just the last day of the month, it's a reset switch. 7 planets align. A new moon erases the old, and then March begins. And suddenly, things feel off. You'll notice it in conversations, in the air, in the way time moves. Something feels unfamiliar. The tone of everything has shifted, but you can't quite put your finger on how. It won't feel like just another month. It'll feel like February was erased, like it never happened. A strange lightness replaces the tension that built up over the past weeks. Things that felt urgent before, suddenly, they feel irrelevant. February 28th doesn't just mark the end of the month, it marks the end of an old version of reality, and on March 1st, you step into something completely new. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.